Now, railways aren't the only key infrastructure asset being expanded in East Africa. Ports are getting a lot of attention too. Now, with a notional value of about $11 billion, the port of Bagamoyo in North Eastern Tanzania would have been the biggest in the region had construction started on the project. Now, President John Magufuli, however, stopped the project, and that leaves the ports in Mombasa and Lamu as the only ones in the region with ongoing expansion.
It's impossible to talk about the logistics architecture, at least in Kenya, without talking about the port side of the equation as well. And so far, we've been focusing mostly on the rail line. But let's step back and look at the ports in Mombasa and in Lamu. In September 2016, Kenya's government opened the first phase of a new $300 million container terminal for business. Now, the port handled well over 27 million tons of cargo last year. The new terminal can handle cargo ships with a much bigger capacity, about 6,000 TEUs. Now, a loan of about $500 million from Japan is funding the construction of a new container terminal and, of course, the related roads and rail infrastructure. The second and third phases of that new container terminal at the port of Mombasa should be operational between 2017 and 2020, respectively. Keep those dates in mind. The thing is, though, even with this expansion, the port of Mombasa will run out of cargo handling capacity by 2022. So that's why an entirely new port is being built, some 240 kilometers north in Lamu. Now, by value, this entire outfit is going to be one of the top 10 largest projects in East Africa. The total cost of building the port in Lamu alone is estimated at $5 billion. Now, as currently designed, it will have 32 berths in Manda Bay. The Kenyan government, out of taxpayer funds, is building the first three at a cost of about $480 million. The first berth should be finished somewhere around 2018, the remaining two by 2020. See how those two dovetail now? Construction of the other 29, though, is where you come in, because you can bid as private companies to actually build and run them. The port, of course, is the entry point for other large-scale infrastructure projects. That includes, of course, a $3 billion oil refinery that should be able to process some 125,000 barrels of crude every day. A build, own, operate model is being considered for this particular facility. Once complete, though, and this is where the rail line comes in, there will be a line linking the Lamu port to the existing standard gauge rail line through the northern city of Isiolo, and that should give imports from East Africa access to two entry points for their import and export of their cargo. The port of Mombasa, which you probably know, and of course the new one coming up in Lamu.